Hi there! For those of you who don't know me, I'm Meg. I'm a stay-at-home mom to 4 wonderful children, and I've been married to my amazing husband for over 10 years. I have been asked multiple times about my kids' capsule wardrobes, and the biggest question is, what on earth is it, and how do I do it? So this one I'm going to try and cover today for you. And I'm going to apologize now if I'm looking down. I did make some notes so that way I don't stray too far off topic or miss something that could be really helpful. So what is a capsule wardrobe? Well, a capsule wardrobe is a limited number of items that are chosen specifically for their ability to mix and match with other items in the collection. So that way, if you only have 2 shirts and 2 pairs of shorts, you can make 4 outfits instead of being limited to just 2 outfits. My rule of thumb for capsule wardrobes with my kids is that each item has to match at least 2 other items, so that one shirt is not only going to work with 1 pair of shorts. Because if that happens, then that one shirt never gets washed or it never gets worn, and it just really makes it difficult to try and get that outfit worn at the same time. So with that in mind, why would I do that? Why would I try and take this on? Now, my kids that I did my capsule for, I did it for my 3 bigger kids. They are 10, 6, and 4. My 6-year-old alone could go through 4 outfits in a day just because it was fun. And when I told her I was getting rid of some of her clothes, the look of sheer panic on her face was mildly amazing, not gonna lie. But really what it came down to was I was overwhelmed. I was overtired. I was buried under a mountain of laundry. Not literally, but close. There was a close call once. And so I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't. So I was looking online to find whatever solutions I could come up with, and I came across the idea of capsule wardrobes. And most of the resources I found were for adults. However, there was one YouTube video I found that had resources for kids, and it was a mom who had done her son's capsule wardrobe. So if I find that video, I will go ahead and link it in the comments below this video. Now, I was trying really hard. I just wanted a list. I am a lister. I just need that list. And I couldn't. And so with this mom's video, I was at least able to make a starting off point. I didn't follow her video to a T as far as what she had for her son, but I did at least have somewhere to start. And one of the big things that helped me with starting was deciding how often I wanted to do laundry. Did I want to do laundry every day? Did I want to do it every 2 days? I ended up going with I want to do laundry twice a week on Monday and Thursday. So I knew whatever clothes I needed for the weekend, or whatever clothes, if we had like a fancy dinner, which, okay, if you know, we're between 4 kids, but if we had stuff like that going on, that I needed to have whatever those items were for that period of time. And then I went ahead and I said, okay, this is a reasonable amount of clothing for a child to wear in that time frame. Excuse me, taking into account, my 10-year-old wears different things than my 4-year-old would, and she has different needs in her clothing than my 4-year-old does. So from that, I picked a number. And I decided that number would mean all of their shirts, all of their skirts, all of their tank tops, all of their underwear, like even socks. I didn't count individual socks, but each pair of socks, shoes, jackets, anything that I was going to have to pick up that touched their body. I picked a maximum number of items. For my kids, it was 50. Not a single one of my children is over 50 as far as the 3 I did do the capsule with. My 14-month-old, he's a little more difficult to try and figure out with him, so we haven't really converted him to a capsule, but if I do, I will tell you guys all about it. So with that number 50, I decided, I was going to do this many pairs of shorts. And I have one daughter that's more tomboyish and she wanted more shorts. I have one daughter who is more girly and she wanted more skirts. And so from there, I was able to tweak these numbers to benefit them best. And then I took and like a crazy person, took me 3 days, gathered all of their clothes, all of their hand-me-downs, all of their not in season clothes, and I put it all in a giant pile, and I sorted it by kid and by size. And then anything that was not in a size that they were currently in and was not something I liked enough to hold over and move with us, I went ahead and it went in the donate pile. We wound up with 2 or 3 giant black trash bags worth of clothes that we wound up donating. And I mean, the kids had a voice. The kids had a voice in this whole process. If the kids don't have any ownership, they're not really going to be as into it. And from there we went and we picked out what they liked. Once we got to what they liked, I was able to take and make, okay, well, this pile has this much. You know, this pile has 2 shorts and 3 shorts that work with it, but this pile has 1 skirt and 1 tank top. So that's not really enough. And with sticking with a general color scheme, and you don't have to set your color scheme beforehand. You can, you know, pick out, you know, your daughter says, I really only like the color pink, but the 3 shirts she has have a lot of purple. You can go with purple. As long as you can find her a shirt with pink and purple, she's going to be a happy camper. And that actually happened with one of my daughters. She's a huge fan of blue, but most of her items were pink, and we were able to find a blue tank top with enough pink to match the majority of her clothing. And I will be showing you my children's capsule wardrobes, but those will be individual videos later on. So from there, and I'm going to insert a picture of what we started with for my 10-year-old, my 6-year-old, and my 4-year-old. So once we know what we had to start with, the pieces we had on hand, I had my list with my numbers of I need, 6 pairs of shorts, I need 3 skirts for you. Then we went shopping and we picked pieces. When I went shopping, both of my girls had prints, and don't be scared of prints. You can mix and match prints, and you'll find that kids really like to mix and match prints. And so there was something I probably would not have worn, but my 6-year-old loved it together. And there was something else that my 10-year-old's like, no, Mom, this is the best. So I picked 1 or 2 items from each child that had the most of the colors, or at least the most of the colors we were looking for in their color scheme. And I took those pieces of clothing with us shopping. And then when we were at the store, I knew, okay, well, this is the right shade of purple, or this is the wrong shade of blue. So that way I can make sure that all the pieces were still going to be cohesive. After that, I bought the pieces, and that was all there was to it. We went by our list, we bought our pieces, and we were done. And it's been amazing. My kids love it. It's made their life a lot easier. It's made my life a lot easier. There's a lot less yelling about clothing in our house now, which sounds crazy, but it was happening, and I'm really glad we made the change. So like I mentioned, I will be posting each child's wardrobe in their own video later on. I'm going to try and get those up this week. No promises. It's Catholic Kids Camp this week, so it's going to be a little crazy. But I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And if you found this video helpful, can you click the like button down below? And if you want updates for when I do post the videos with their wardrobes, go ahead and hit subscribe so that we can make sure that you are the first to know. And above all else, I hope that you are able to find the blessings in the mess.